DJing the event or helping set it up, or any of the Tweaked Out Entertainment DJs do.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, we're going to get ready and take a break, and when we come back, we want to keep learning about this, because this is interesting. I like this. I like this.
Thank you.
So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with the rest of the show.
On Location TV, Tuesdays 7:30 p.m. and Sundays 8 p.m. on Comcast Cable Channel 18.
We're back, and you're watching On Location TV with my guest today, DJ Rain. Now, before we went on break, we were talking about all the, some of the credits that that you have accomplished, but we're going to switch. We're going to come back to it, but we want to talk about Jackson Free Press for a second, that you were nominated, and did you win that, or you were nominated?
Nominated, yes.
Oh, okay, okay, for 2010 and 2011.
Yes, ma'am.
And that was that the best awards?
Yes, ma'am.
It was?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a great honor to, you spend so much time behind closed doors, practicing and working, by yourself. I was working on music before I even came here, just listening to it. And it feels good for people to actually acknowledge it and acknowledge your hard work. And it was a great honor to be listed among some of the best DJs in Jackson. Some of them were legendary, like Fingerprint and, Joe Nasty and Unpredictable, just to name a few of them. So, it was a great honor just to be listed among, the
So
other
we
ones.
just have to keep shooting and keep working, and next year's coming, and we hope that you are nominated and awarded that honor, because like you said, it takes lots of hard work, and you got to get to that point to be recognized, and that means that you're recognized here in the state of Mississippi already. Now talk about, again, I know you mentioned some of the players in this that you work with. Who are some other people that you are DJs or people that you've been able to network with that you want to mention?
The two biggest people or companies that are key to my, success and things that I've done have been the Tweaked Out Entertainment family and the ASAP Productions family. There's a lot of long roads that you might travel, but those are two of the key components that that make up who I've become and where I'm going to go, is having those people behind me, because it's not a one-man show.
So it takes people around you to support you, to keep you encouraged and motivated.
Yes, because sometimes it gets a little frustrating at times. You get tired. Just things happen. You need someone there cheering you on and helping you out. And those two companies have been there for me.
Okay. Now, where can we go to maybe find you in the city on certain nights? Is it anywhere in particular that we can kind of walk in and maybe catch you?
You have to pay attention to the social network sites. With ASAP Productions, we throw parties around town at Dreams. They're done other places. Tweaked Out Entertainment, of course. Whatever they have going on, I'm usually involved in it. The Ice House in Macomb, I go down there on a regular basis, and that's one of the good things. That's one of my favorite gigs, because down there I get to bring a local artist to perform for exposure. It gets a local artist here down there in front of 500 to 700 people.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, and so when we go down there, they're so close to New Orleans and Macomb that their underground is New Orleans underground. So I try to enlighten them on what we have going on in Jackson by bringing the artists down there to perform.
Okay. So we just gotta keep listening and watching, and I know you're on Facebook.
I am, and also too, one thing I'm very thankful for is Kamikaze. If it hadn't been for Kamikaze and Dreams, a lot of people wouldn't know who I am.
Right.
Because they brought me downtown. I was working at Fire. For a little while, and they brought me downtown to play, and it opened up a lot of doors. A lot of these other things that have happened because I was a resident there on the Can't Feel Your Face Fridays. So that I have a lot to thank him for, and then I'm also the DJs for the Cypher that they do every third Sunday down there. So I get to experience a lot of local artists come from around the state, and I get to DJ the event. I get to be a part of something I truly believe in.
So if somebody's watching and want to get in contact with you, how can they really go about doing that? Like I said, I know that you're on Facebook, but I'm sure that there's other ways that.
On Twitter, it's DJ Rain, DJ REIGN 68.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on the website now. It's up, but I'm not finished with it. But it is dvdjrain.com. Email is dvdjrain@gmail.com.
Okay. Okay. Now I know that you're also working with some local boutiques here in the city of Jackson and connecting cities. Talk about that and who they are, if you can.
Yeah, most definitely. I've done some work with Celebrity Trends. I mix music videos to be played in the store because, like I said, I work with video. I do the fashion shows for the Pink Bombshell Girls.
Oh, okay.
So just different avenues, different aspects.
Okay. Now I want to switch back and talk about the schooling and talk about that a little bit more. That's when somebody says that they're going for additional schooling, that always excites me. Just talk a little bit more about that and what would you say to our young people again as far as becoming educated in doing this in the music industry?
Never stop learning is the most important thing. Because if you think that you know everything, you'll get left behind in a heartbeat. The school, the software it's Ableton Live. It's a music production software. Of course, you can edit mixtapes. You can produce your own beats. It's a lot of knowledge that I think can benefit myself, the companies I work with, and artists around town, if I have that knowledge. And I encourage anyone that's going to become a DJ or an artist or sound engineer or whatever they're going to do to seek out the additional training, to take your job to the next level, because it's just like anything else you do. Nurses, they go to school and they get a bachelor's. Some of them go get masters. They further themselves. And it's no different in the entertainment industry. Some people don't take it that way, but the smart ones do.
Right, right. Because like I was sharing with you earlier about DJs in the past, which, they built up what they needed to do at that time. I guess it just fit in that particular time that they could just kind of walk into a venue and somehow they DJ'd with the old this and that, and it worked out. But now it's just a whole different level of type of music.
Well, there needs to be a lot of homage paid to those guys that started that. The DJs nowadays, we come from somewhere. Mm-hmm. And, a lot of the DJs around, the older DJs, not older, but the ones that have been around for a while, Scrap Dirty and Finesse and Asiatic Black, Fingerprint, I look up to those guys because they've been through experiences and they've helped pioneer the way that we do things now. We may do things different, but that's where it comes from.
So what would you say to really inspire some of our young people that, like I said, that is interested